Hey, beautiful people, want to do a short review for you and then also announce a contest. So you guys clicked on the video, you know what this is about. This is about the new VRTX app that's just come out on the scene. I did a long form review of it, or take it apart, look at it on my channel a couple of weeks ago, but this is kind of the more refined review of it. There are two main versions of the app. There's the basic app, and then there's the full-on pro version of the app. They're different prices. I will leave all of that. That's too much to go into here in the video. So I'm going to leave all the information down in the description below, as well as the contest details. So make sure you check the description of this video after the review. What is VRTX? VRTX is an acrostic generator. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. I want you to imagine the words Luke, Oliver, Victor, and Eric, okay? And if you think about the first letter of each of those words that I just gave you, it spells out the word love. So here's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine that you ask a spectator to think of a person that's important to them, or maybe of a country, or any number of different things. You then maybe go to your notes app and you look at the notes, and it has all these names that seem to have nothing to do with the name that the person you were talking to thought of. We go, well, no, wait a minute. Look at the first letter of each name, and it spells out the name of the person that they were thinking of. That's an acrostic generator. So it just creates this so that way you can have really cool, interesting reveals, or kind of do like Magician in Trouble, but not really, and then it becomes more impressive. All kinds of really amazing things that can be done with this. If you've heard of things like, Nameforge or Acronym, it's similar in that because of the acrostic nature of it. Now, the team that's developed VRTX has already talked with Nameforge and with Acronym, and they've got whatever permissions they need to have, and blessings, and even help with developing this VRTX app, because it does something that's quite a bit different from Nameforge and from Acronym. My own experience using this has been really cool. The thing that I really like about it, I have the full pro version, and what I can do with this is I can have an input come from just about anywhere, right? Of course, things like Bridge AI, Inject when that comes back up eventually, I hope, or any number of other places. Once you get the input, then you can send that out to any number of different things, and they have a whole list. They make it really easy. I'm just going to go through and show you. So you can either put the text inside of the application itself. You can use an API, and I have things like Notarized, Bridge, Wikitest, all sending to this. And then also they have these URL schemes which you can use as well. If you have the basic version, you only get random or countries as the things, but you can see with the full version you get animals, brands, celebrities, destinations, groceries, names, objects, and random. So you get quite a few whenever you bump up to the full pro version of outputs that it can make. It also pairs with Bluetooth dye. It looks like it connects with Kinetic Mental Dye and Spotted. And so what you can do is you can say, okay, if the spectator rolls a die at a certain number, whatever number shows up, let's say it's 3, then the word that the spectator was thinking of will appear within the third position of each word that it spits out, right? So I don't have an example right now, but if we had that all the way to the third position instead of the first L-O-V-E, it would create words that had L-O-V-E in the third position of each word that it spit out. So that's pretty dang cool. Or the 6th, or the 5th, or the 4th, or any up to 6, right? Which is pretty great. You can also send it outputs to lots of different places, and I want to show you. So you can do it to the clipboard. They have shortcut integration now, which is really great, so you can do all kinds of stuff with that. Their Facebook forum is a great place to find other shortcuts that people have written and done to send this out to different places or to perform different actions, which is just excellent. Yeah, they made it so much easier to add things. Whenever I first got the app, and whenever you watch the review, if you watch the old review of my like 30-minute unpacking of this app, trying to set everything up, I was like, okay, well, I have to go talk to this developer and see, okay, if I want this to work with Mal effects, now I've got to reach out to, Amir Mughal, and if I want this to work with one of Shamir Salim's apps, I've got to reach out to him. And so I was individually reaching out to these people because there was no support. It was brand new on the market. I was got like I think the first review copy of this. And so all of that work wasn't done yet, and I had to go either, piddle fart around and figure it out myself, or I had to go reach out to the developers of other apps and ask them if they could help me. Well, all that work's been done for you now, or nearly all that work's been done for you now. So you can see if you want to select a compatible app, it just has a list of compatible apps there, and you just go through and select what you want and then put the information in that it wants. Or you can put in your own API manually. Say there's not one represented there yet. So I hope this is making sense to y'all. This is such a really interesting app, and it's difficult to talk about and describe all the things that it does in a way that an unengaged person would understand. It's a bridge between two different apps, right? So let's say you had Mr. Smith or Peak Smith, and then you wanted the input from Mr. Smith. Say you captured something on a PETA whiteboard, and then it was in Mr. Smith, and then you wanted Mr. Smith to send this out to VRTX. Then VRTX could take that, generate the acrostic generation, create a series of names or words or letters or places or whatever, and the person's word that they wrote hidden in those words, and then send that out to something like Hydra, for instance. And then you could send that out and then have a Hydra post that's just looks like a bunch of random names, but actually has the spectator's word or name or whatever hidden among those names. That means, for me, full stop, that means now I can perform Hydra several times a night. I always viewed Hydra, which is one of my favorite apps of all time, I always thought I could only perform that as a one-off, right? I could only do that one time a night, and I had to kind of close with that. But now, because I can hide the information in plain sight, it means that I can perform this over and over and over again without fear of the people before me watching and trying to figure out, oh, is he going to post another one? Is he going to do something else? Because it's something totally different. So I really like that. I love to be able to perform it that way. Also, performing it just on your phone and the notes, like you had written all these words out, it's just great. I love this app. It's very cool. And now the announcement of the contest. So enter the contest is extremely easy. There's a link down below in the description. You have to take that link. It takes you to a VRTX trailer video, and then you have to post that on a Magic app site or group. And then you have to tag me in it, the Magic Minute. Screen capture that and then send that to me on Facebook. My Facebook is the Magic Minute, so it'd be very easy to find. I'll also leave my handle and all that stuff in the description. The entries will be randomly drawn, so send me all of your stuff. You have a chance to win all the way up until April 1st. On April 2nd, I will do a random drawing. The first name that I pull will win the full version of VRTX, and then the next 3 will win the basic versions, and I will contact you back on Facebook Messenger. So, best of luck, and I hope you win. That's how you enter. Very simple. And I have to thank the VRTX team for creating this and for allowing me to share this contest with you. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your entries. See you soon. Cheers.